Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Michaela Copeland. Just a quick update on life really. Today I had to have my Depacato injection, so my butt is going to be sore for the next couple of days. Sometime next month I've got my second sign off for surgery. It's happening over Zoom and I've got no idea when that is. On the 13th of next month, I've got another doctor's appointment. This time for an AQ10 test to find out if I've got autism, which, looking back to old medical reports, and when I actually was at school before I had my brain injury in 2002, I did ask for extra support in lessons at school, but I never got it. I was just pushed away. And also, I'm going to ask to have a chromosome test because even before hormones, I've always had a feminine shaped body and I developed so quickly on hormones. And I've never ever had a super deep voice, which I did find voice training pretty easy, which long before I even got seen by my gender clinic, I was doing voice training and I found it pretty easy. I just needed to work on it. And this was back in 2019 when I was socially transitioning, and because I was developing so fast on hormones, I was I was a double A cup within 5 months, and then within 12 months I was an A cup, and now I'm pushing a C. And because I was coming at the 14 when I started going through puberty, which was pretty late, is why I'm having this chromosome test to find out whether or not I am intersex, which people, the right wing bigots, I should say, keep on going on about there's two genders, despite the fact that intersex is a medical condition. You cannot help it, and it's just who you born, just what you're born as, and it's something I've always suspected. A bit of bad news where last week I wrote a letter last Monday to my dad saying to him that I still love him. It's not my fault that I am trans. It's just who am at the end of the day. And I gave him I'm updating my process. I saw him Saturday just gone and he wants nothing to do with me, and I'm pretty much disowned for life for having a medical condition that I cannot help, and it really does suck because he allows my younger brother to stay over even though he burgled him, and he let my younger brother to get away with far more because his ex, who sadly died a couple of years ago, he cheated on her at least 4 times and has used her as a punching bag. My brother is schizophrenic and he knows this full well, yet he has smoked weed, and my dad allowed him to smoke a bit outside his place. And he has done cocaine in the past, and yet my dad has been for a very long time been kicking off about me taking hormones, despite the fact they are prescribed for me. The first 6 months I was self-medicating, which is not advisable to do, but I did have my 3 monthly blood test and everything was okay. I then, after them 6 months, started going private for 2 years, and July the 30th this year, so the end of Pride Month, it's 1 year since I had my second appointment with a psychologist at my gender clinic, and I started hormones the next day. Because of the then hormone shortage, I had to go back onto pills, and what I was doing was using up the rest of my gel. Then I went back onto pills. I still got a load of estrogen pills that I'm thinking of using up from tomorrow, and then using the rest of my gel. It is really, really difficult because if I was a trans guy, my dad would accept me as he thinks it's totally different, which I totally pass. And at times, like today, obviously, I'm dressing like a normal girl, wearing a denim skirt and this top. And my dad still hates me for dressing like a woman, even though I am a woman. But some good news, apparently, finally, he started calling me his daughter and calling me by my name, which is so hard because when my dad got custody of me at 10 and a half, he knew that something was up. And I'm going to add a trigger warning here. When I was 13, just before a couple of a couple, months before I started going through puberty, I did tell him on how bad the extent was of the abuse, and I told him that there's something else I want to tell you. I know you've been asking me about it, but I'm too scared to tell you. I'm not sure if you would believe me because I'm only a kid. Section 28 was enforced, and I thought I was the only trans kid back then. This was late 90s, the very start of the 2000s, and I knew if it came out of school, the bullying would be a million times worse. But April 5 years ago, I finally came out, and my dad was like, "What do you mean born in the wrong body?" And this is where I think I'm autistic, is that I overthink things, and that maybe I should have wrote him a letter or came out when I was a kid, because it couldn't. If I came out when I was a kid, my dad couldn't exactly boot me out because I wasn't even a teenager. I was only 10 and a half, and my dad was asking me questions. And then he goes on about, gets blurred between gender and sexuality when he's claimed that I'm not really a girl because I've never been out with a guy before. And apparently, just before I was born, my dad has gone to a gay bar, and he would accept me if I was a trans guy, as he reckons it's totally different, which is either toxic masculinity or maybe even that and the mixture of misogyny, which is hatred of women. It is really, really hard because my dad allows my younger brother to stay over even though he burgled him, and my younger brother, it looks like he's in his mid 40s, early 50s, because he's got one eyebrow, he's got a bushy eyebrow, a big bushy beard that is not kept, and then very rare occasions that he does, he just uses the hair clippers. He doesn't have a proper clean shave. He also doesn't have use in his skincare, which my skincare routine is cleanser and toner in the morning once I've had a shave. Um, Moisturise in the morning and at night. Exfoliate once a week, and twice a week I use a face pack, which on Saturday, one of my friends is a tattooist. He's doing a pride flash for the whole of this month, and I'm going to get a flower on my left hand of the trans flag colours, and I'm going to get at least two more from him And for one of the other girls who works there, she's a tattooist, so I want to have a butterfly with the date I had my surgery. This is obviously when I'm recovered enough from surgery. I want the date that I originally went through depot and the date when I changed my surname. So yes, this is just a quick update on my life so far, what's been going on. Do give me a like, press subscribe next to the like button and all that. Leave a comment down below. So anyway, this is Miss Michaela Copeland of the Michaela Show. Much love to you, wherever you may be in the world. I do want to start doing makeup tutorials again. So anyway guys, peace out everyone. Bye.